Remember when I said, when that time when I said that I was going to do this free to play? Yeah. Hey, welcome back to more Limbus Company. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we reached the dungeon of Canto 5. Just getting ready to get started, and this time we will be going into that. But first things first, still don't want to miss out on any Walpurgis, so we will be grabbing Solemn Lament for Greg. He's our handsome bug man. Little handsome bug man. But I do have quite a few Deca extractions. We'll just start pulling these. A lot of this is because I just got such bad luck with like only getting announcers. So like I got so many announcers. Gold, but not Walpurgis. K-Core Pong Lu. God, my luck with this account is not the best. Jeez Louise, man. Honestly, I'll kind of be even more impressed if we... Okay, we got something Walpurgis there. But I would be kind of impressed if we did 70 pulls with not a single new thing. Are we actually going to get that as the case? Are we actually going to go 70 pulls with not a single new thing? Wow. 70 pulls, not a single new thing. Like, we have a lot of stuff that we can get still. That's honestly kind of impressive. But I don't want to just go with all of that. So just give me... Alright, grabbed four more pulls. Do I have to write 3 more? Yeah, a little under 4, but still only 3. Just because, like, again, it'd be impressive if we went 100 pulls with not a single new thing. Okay, we got one new thing. We got LCCB Ishmael. Okay, there's a Walpurgis there, but it's probably either Announcer, Fang Hunt, Hong Lu, or Lantern Dawn. Yeah. One new thing in 100 pulls, and it was a goddamn 2-star. Honestly, that sounds about right for my luck. Ah, well. At least I'll be able to get... I should be able to... Well, yeah, I will be able to get Manager Dawn. Wow. Luck is absolutely horrible on this. Oh, well. That is what it is. We'll be able to grab another one after the dungeon. Yeah, Into the Dark. Oh, yeah. LCCB Ishmael. General debuffs, a little bit of Tremor, spends ammo, a little bit of Rupture. It's a weird identity. It's not great. It is one of the identities of all time. Like, again, like it's just a fine identity. It is nothing more. It's very milquetoast. It's pretty boring of an identity, but whatever. I do want to get Barber going. Barber would be nice. Yeah, we got Capra Spoiling last time. A lot of Tremor for that. We'll grab Ting Tang just because we should be fine with just what we have. Yeah, we're lower average level, but a couple IDs that we're not going to be using at all. Said that Key Keg's ropes, twisted by her powerful grip and her esoteric techniques, are tougher than any other ropes in the world. Key Keg told me not to leave her alone in the cold, dark lake. That she didn't want the whales and the mermaids to tear her apart and devour her while her corpse sinks deep into its waters. I agreed. The wounds on her skin that only I knew of, the memories of her pain. I didn't want those monsters to heartlessly rip into them to gorge themselves with scarred flesh. So Key Keg built herself a coffin, built hardily and fastened with ropes twisted and knotted with all her strength, that her coffin would not sink no matter how precariously the ship swayed. My hands gripping onto that very same rope tied to the coffin were starting to peel and bleed. And my dearest friend's hollow coffin was the only thing keeping me afloat on that whirling lake. Is anyone out there? Anyone? And that empty lake, stranded amidst Peckhod's desolation, I called from the top of my lungs. Please, anyone, say something, anything! And I realized that everyone I had ever had ties with in the blink of an eye had been taken from this world. My gasping, wheezing self barely holding on to life seemed. Come aboard my ship and sail with me to the cold abyss of the lake! Not even I, drowning yet breathing, could escape Captain Ahab. Even in this deafening silence, Ahab's echoing bellows strangled me. Even in death, my mates remained trapped with the captain. In joy and in sorrow, I'll never forget. Strands that were ripped away from me. Be buried in this lake forever to my last gasping breath. Try as I might to escape the rising waves, only loneliness fills my lungs. I don't know if this is Ahab. I always told you I did. Oh no, okay. Rope. Grab tight. Or sink. You. How long have you been here? Always. Always been here. It took the second line of dialogue for me to recognize who it was. Ishmael will always be up to 4 and up tie 4. Is it the threadsman 4 as well for everything? Huh. Neat. If you have stuff that's higher, then it won't be raised to that. Of course, we are going to have Zwei Ishmael as our number 1. Oh crap, I probably should be leveling up Diechi Merceau. Yeah. The immediate sensation upon waking up was that it was moist and cold, yet oddly warm in some places. Where are we? There's this long river-like thing. If we follow it, maybe there'll be something at the end of it. How can you always be so calm about everything? See? I think just how the fella is with pretty much everything. No, that's not what I'm... I mean, what do you guys think this is? We just... well aware. We rode into the maws of the beast, of our own volition. Not long ago, proposing that we enter the stomach of that whale that devoured the Golden Bough. You're mad. Well, that Thrasher's probably sent you off the deep end. It's going for my mission, and the Golden Bough happens to be in the way. Leave it up to you, well, to the manager, since their decision matters most. This company and me, we're both trying to find a way to reach our goals. That's all this is. Besides, I don't have a better idea. That thing swallowed the Golden Bough, and that Golden Bough really counteracts the polifications, that damned pallid whale's polification effects, then I'd just be able to survive without getting affected by it. That's a gamble, Ishii, and there's just... yeah, you should know it's one of your favorite things. What do you think, manager? Ishmael looked at me with expectant eyes, though she knew I had no choice but to agree to this plan. Her eyes were telling me you came this far for the Golden Bough, you're not going to go back empty-handed now, are you? 6 hours. If I don't hear anything from you in 6 hours, LCA will be taking over the rest of this mission. Okay, LCA takes over the mission, then what? Well, they hear the unfortunate news that all of you decided to row into the whale's belly and got yourselves trapped. They'll be having a long internal discussion about how they can blow that pallid whale apart. Then a very lengthy battle will ensue. So let me get this straight. If we fail to find the Golden Bough stuck somewhere inside the whale's stomach in 6 hours, you won't hesitate blowing us to smithereens along with the whale. Did I get that right? I will not relay that comment. Faust, what do you think of our odds? Our odds are non-zero, but it may as well be nil. At least with the currently known variables. So we have a chance. Do you have any other ideas that might get us to the Golden Bough? No, not at this moment. What I can tell you, however, is that we have a history of dramatically completing missions with a variably low chance of success. And let's get this done. Indeed, the lack of the plan becomes the plan itself. This solidifies the veracity of my new theory even further. Luckily, we didn't lose any sinners on the way down. All 12 of them made it down here just as we planned. But, guys, where's the boat? Boat was nowhere to be seen. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Boat schmote, I say. We just got mermaids to deal with. Obviously, our fights are going to be... Well, I say that. This dungeon has some pain-in-the-ass fights, let me tell you what. We will probably see it this episode. Men! Commence a search! This boat must be found as soon as possible. No, there's no need for a search. 400 meters to your right. There is the boat. Quite observant you are. It's not wasting time to try to return to the boat. Allow me to finish. There is the boat in the ditch. 75% of its hull integrity has been breached, and its remains are scattered on the ground. Ah, so this is a piece of our boat, huh? The vessel was designed to be used more than 3 times. I was pointing at the pitiful sight of an absolutely busted-looking piece of the propeller. One of the exact bust pieces of the propeller and what appeared to once have been our boat's engines. Something comes to a sputtering halt amidst the wreckage. I should rest here forevermore. This would have been quite the painful sight for Mika and Rain. It is a pretty painful sight for us, too. So what do we... Manager, still sense the golden bow, right? Yeah? Looking at the Wonga Corp branch, I can definitely feel that somewhere in here. But it's also pretty far away, so I can't tell exactly where it... Great. Ready to turn the clock? Was that about turning the clock? Oh. The whale's pallor had taken over their bodies and minds. Of course, it makes sense that this place is crawling with mermaids. So I'm going to make a little bit of an embarrassing admission here. I didn't really... Okay, to say I didn't pay attention to the story is inaccurate, but it was a while until I, actually took my time to digest the story a little bit. I believe that this canto was probably the first that, I really started to, chew into the actual storytelling. Again, not that I wasn't paying attention. I still read through everything, but it was a lot of, quick reading. And, a lot of, okay, skim over it. I theoretically comprehended every word, but I think this was probably the point where I started to actually not take things at 100% speed. I will say, it was not until Canto... I want to say it was Canto 7's dungeon that it wasn't until I actually got it onto my computer for the first time. I did a lot. Obviously, Limbus Company does have its mobile port. Yeah, it's bound for one of those mermaids show up. Bounce where? We're trapped inside a whale. Are we gonna end up looking like them too? We've been devoured. The one balanced out Dante's head is likely to counteract the purification effects on the sinner's bodies. But there's no guarantee that this defensive effect will last forever. Let's take into account that we're in an unknown environment. In other words, spending too long here could turn us into mermaids just like them. I wasn't sure if I could bring back a sinner that's turned into a mermaid. Where do we even go? I didn't have the slightest idea as to where we might be. Weird. There no rain inside a whale's belly. I was so sure where to go, so much that I was starting to feel completely lost, but suddenly blurted out something about rain. What are you talking about? I just thought I felt a few droplets of water on my shoulder. Wait, so this place landing after the whale swallowed us all in it? Right. So I just sometimes need something to confirm my common senses. When you eat something, where does it usually land first? My stomach, of course, my poor starving stomach. I see your point, Heathcliff. The stomach constantly secretes acid in order to digest the food effectively. I think I learned that about in school. It's usually some kind of powerful acid that dissolves everything it touches. Ah, so that's why my clothes melted when the water touched. It was a bit prickly too. I started holding his shoulder, thinking it burned a hole there, and the surrounding skin was sizzling and melting away. Oh, we fated to become porridge so soon after our arrival. There was one positive discovery, however. This creature appears to share similar biological mechanisms and shapes as an ordinary organic life form. When we gotta run, I don't care how many pieces of you there are left, just make sure there's something left for me to bring back. I actually liked it a little bit from Hong. Obviously, it's not played up for laughs, so to speak, but Honglu's like, hey, I know this thing is happening, but I'm gonna let everyone else also come to that conclusion. Thank you for connecting. Thank you, my internet. But as I was saying before, yeah, I don't think it was until like midway through Kanto 7's dungeon that I started to like. I actually got it onto my phone for the first time, and or got it onto the computer for the first time, because obviously Limbus does have the mobile version, and thank you. So, wow, oh lovely. Thanks for shutting things down, Limbus. I truly appreciated that. It wasn't until like midway through Kanto 7's dungeon that I actually put the game onto PC to actually start listening to it. But yeah, the mobile port now is playing mostly on mobile. Eventually got it onto Steam, and I would say the rest is history, but also like at that point I'd already, been playing the game for a while. So don't really change that much. One thing that I do want to do, kind of in relative near future, and like just to get a little bit more used to individual IDs before I try them out, because I believe I have all the IDs that I have on here, I also have on my main account. So I can just like try them out in solos. Except for will most likely end up coming with when I get Edgar Gregor, because that's my next goal on here is Edgar Family Heir Gregor, just so I can add him to the sinking team with Supplement. But like, speaking of Supplement, the reason I say this is because I use Supplement Yi Song earlier in a Solar Dungeon just to kind of fully understand what his kit is. Honestly, it's surprisingly not all that complicated when you look into it. It's it's less confusing than it looks. It's so we're trying to weave our way between the pouring stomach acid without even knowing where we're supposed to go. Oh man, what a funny sight, huh? Funny? That's more suspicious than funny. Too loud. Right, now we caught their attention. Who's there? Hey, I heard you guys talking down there. As mermaids speak. We're not mermaids. I've seen a mermaid this chatty. No qualification, in fact, they've only partially progressed. What does that make them? Half human, half fish? Well, we don't got much time, so I'll make it short. This zone floods with acid every 10 minutes or so. Unless you guys are all made of steel, you better decide fast. Either take the rope we're about to lower down, or become sludgy nutrient for the whale if you want with it. Forever and ever. Well, even if you all are to turn into sludge, we can still salvage your weapons. We haven't got nothing to lose, so we might starting to melt. We don't have a choice. Rope, no! They muttered something amongst themselves as though they found something funny about the situation and tossed an odd-looking rope in our direction. It feels funny. The rope right there. It's made of capillary that goes straight from its lungs. It'll last more than an hour, even in its stomach acid. Greg, why do we even have to ask that? I hate it. Really, with Roja and her grumblings in tow, we struggled up the bundle of capillary rope. I don't know who you guys are, but thanks. Yeah, what a catch! We'll net us upward of 3 gold coins for this! I figure TikTok frame might be worth more than that. Catch? Think you fished us up? We come here every once in a while to check if anyone's washed up, yeah. But most of them poor castaways, and are already almost full mermaids by the time we find them. In a matter of minutes, they're all rearing to kill us, and the rest are just your everyday mermaids. Ah, so this is a special occasion then? This is probably the first time ever that we found sailors that can not only talk, but also weren't halfway turned into mermaids. So why do you guys come here every once in a while then? The Glock friend here keeps tick-tocking, listening something. Not that a full-on robot. Don't most people prefer to have the ability to speak even replacing their bodies with prosthetics? Because the trends really have changed since we got here. Buddy there, that's a long story. Yeah, they can't communicate normally. Oh, good. Everyone's got a story they don't want to tell. We can sympathize a little. Talking ain't the easiest thing to do.
Consider yourselves luck out, fellas! You ran into us of all things! Guess we'll be getting out of here real soon.
We followed their confident, guiding steps, but there was no way to look at the situation without a bit of suspicion. Where do you think you're taking us? What if they're leading us into a trap? If they're trying to attack us, they would have done so when we were almost at the top of the cliff. We were completely vulnerable to attacks there. And Ishmael opened her mouth as if she was about to say something, then stopped herself before turning around. Like she hadn't finished processing her thoughts yet. I'm sure I've seen that harpoon before somewhere. So what ship are you guys from again? It's called the Limbus. You probably haven't heard of it yet.
I don't talk straight, man! It's not like you're a mermaid! Who's your captain? Is it from you, or the name right ring bell?
Who's our captain again? I don't know, guys. I've never taken the helm. Not sure if I can go up as a captain here. The helm. Forsooth, if this be about who handles the wheel, I'm quite aware of our captain. Charon is our captain indeed. Nope. Never heard of them. It's really been a while, then. He scratched his head. Captain Charon certainly didn't ring a bell. You honest plans to your last trapped in here.
8 months! Now it's dumbass, your 3rd year! Last time was like 644 days, so...
I don't know, Lee. I quit counting the days a while ago. I've completely lost track of time since we got stuck deep inside where the sun don't shine. I see. I don't know one person ties a knot to their harpoon like that. Oh, it's called the It's not. Even our town, only the experienced few know how to tie it. They're here. I think I know you. Ishmael comes to Sun Stop, so do our guides. Not because of what she said. I'm working on trying to do a little bit better voice acting, quote-unquote voice acting. Because, I don't know. It'd be cool to make that a career eventually. Peckod Town. Oh, fuck these missions.
Here we are! Welcome to Peckod Town! We're back, Captain. Look what we fished up!
Captain. Quite the catch indeed! You certainly are an excellent scout, Starbuck! A wiry old woman approached us, her harsh voice tickling our ears. 2 gold coins for you, lad, and here's one for the twins! Thank you, Captain. It's been a long, long time since our Peckod Town gained new villagers. Villagers? I guess. One seems to think it's already bound to this village. Knew it. Welcome! I've built this village and watched over these poor, wretched souls. Soon I shall set sail on the final voyage with my crew. I am Captain Ahab. Ishmael. You have no idea how long I've waited for this moment. You'll never know. Because I'll gut you like a fish before you even have the chance to find out. Muttering, Ishmael charged at Ahab. What a way to greet your captain, Ishmael! Captain remained serene even as Ishmael suddenly charged at her. Ishmael? Wait, now that you mention it.
You thankless bastards! You dare attack our captain? I'll show you what we're made of. We'll toss you back to that river of acid.
Okay, so. Peckod Town. Fucking Peckod Town, alright. Peckod Town. These are some of the most annoying generic enemies in the entire game. For one simple reason, Javelin. Okay, actually a couple of reasons. One, Javelin. Fucking 14 roll at base. Already, that's pretty high for their standards. They always seem to hit heads. They gain sanity every turn, so they tend to have a lot of sanity. They eventually get attack power up, as well as their sanity being usually pretty high. Protect the town. Again, on hit, that's more sanity gain, so that's less likely that they end up... Also, these hints won't be useful for a long time. Protect the town. It's, first of all, +6 offense level is ridiculous. Like, a base of... a negative coin base of 12 is really low, but because they're always gaining sanity, they tend to have they just like never roll tails, and you don't start off with the advantage. They can gain offense level up pretty easily on evade. They can inflict fragile with javelin. They inflict a lot. Sorry about that, accidentally unplugged my Elgato. I have to probably just get a new cord for it, because it's really... Mine is very fidgety. Anyways, they inflict a lot of bleed count, but it's not too terribly... Well, okay. They have a couple that do different counts, because there's the gagged and the blind. The blinded, they inflict the... Yeah, they're... These guys suck. Oh, never mind. There's one that also rolls a 16. Javelin's just slightly different between the gagged and the blinded. And you can barely tell the difference unless you're, like, really looking into it. And again, because we just had a rest point, we don't have the sanity. They have higher sanity than we do. And it's a generic encounter. So we can't even, like, strategize against them. Okay, we at least won an immediate clash, but that's with a skill 3. So, like, yeah. Probably should have checked what we were trying to evade immediately. That would have been a smart idea. Yeah, these... I hate them. Everyone hates the pet god villagers. Like, honestly, I would definitely say that this is the toughest dungeon in the game. I think I would say Kanto 7 has, I believe, 2 fights that are harder than the hardest fight in this dungeon, in the Pallid Whale. And Kanto 8 has a fight that is more difficult than anything we get in this dungeon. But just as a whole, I would say that the Pallid Whale is the most difficult dungeon in the game. It's not like there's many dungeons, so it's not a, not like it's a huge badge of honor to be the most difficult. But it's more than nothing. I'm surprised we got through Pet God so quickly and easily, relatively speaking. Got another fight with Pet God villagers. We'll finish off that boss fight, I think, because I believe after that boss fight is a lot of story, if I remember correctly. So we'll continue with that. But yeah, I'm gonna cut out this fight because there's no story involved. You've already seen this fight. Alright, and we will move on to Pet God Town 3. Oh boy, this fight! Not a lot of good men left, Ahab. Ashbrow quickly leaped to the side, evading a harpoon that struck the spot she was just standing on. Who's this now? My crew is nothing if not loyal, more so than anyone in this world. And this one here is second to none when it comes to harpooneering. So, do you still fail to see that to attack me here is to court death? A sailor wearing an odd-looking mask joins the fray. Blimey, look at the size of that harpoon. Directed from that will turn your bones to dust. That one's a real warrior. Now, could you stop being so bloody creepy for 1 second? Giving me the shivers out of nowhere. I have to get my... Oh. Really? Ah, that's why. Okay. We have... The big problem with is... I don't know why I'm saying like that. Indomitable Harpooner. They do a lot of damage. Framework is also even more damage. I believe Primarch also is a priority. Yeah, all Pet God crew members target this unit. So, like, if you get screwed over by speed, you're just fucked. But... Ooh... Unfortunate that we're in negative sanity right now. I actually would like to be... I would have really liked to be at positive sanity. because that's more of a tank. But if we want a tank, let me just go peck out Ishmael. We'll go with there. You grab that. And let's actually... Yeah, we could Dullahan. We'll grab Dullahan. Should be fine. Coyote Roget is very good, I must say. Again, would have liked to be in positive coin because then we could be very tanky, but we have Vi Ishmael for tanking, so that's at least nice. And the fact that they're a human entity and so they have sanity, very good for us. And we'll just use a bunch of... Right now, it's just defending. Obviously, I'm gonna keep annoying myself by not just saying the name of the character, but I do want to keep a little bit of suspense and not spoil everything immediately. So, I was like, obviously, I know who all the I know what characters there are. No hoops this is. But, yeah. It's a tough fight. Of course, now that I've said that, it's gonna be like the easiest fight in the entire game. There we go, Cutthroat. That's a 22 roll. Yeah. It's a 22 roll? Okay, she's at negative 45, so she's gonna roll a... Oh. Yeah, sure enough. Every coin that the unit flips will land on tails, so that's actually going to be really nice for us. I really wish I could have played around with sinking more on my main account, but sadly, it just didn't work out that way. Yeah. Because I never... Yeah, I think the... Well, 3-star sinking IDs I just didn't get at all. Just my luck. But it's a very fun status, and this... Obviously, it struggles against abnormalities that, you know, don't have sanity to deal with, but my god, it's making a lot of... It's gonna make actually a lot... The hardest fights of this dungeon will make it a lot easier. Okay, we can definitely go in. I wish we could have gotten our sanity a little bit lower, but I will make do with what we have right now. We can... I don't... Do they have a second phase in this fight? I don't actually remember. But it looks like no. Okay, I remember having a very tough time with... Of course, we rolled 2 heads. I remember having a very tough time with this fight, but we have sinking, so... Oh, there is the second phase. Well, that's a shame. And this time they're attacking with the counters, so that's just lovely. Counter with the counters of our own. Oh, every coin's gonna be tails again. Neat. Yeah, that'll be fine, sure. I don't know. counters activate counters. They do. Neat. I don't know that. I mean, because I have the capability of it, I might as well test it out. See how things go. Thank you. Finally not rolling heads. I really have to get new chords and stuff because I keep hearing the bing bong of things getting unplugged. Ah well. But yeah, I guess us just having sinking made this a lot easier. I'm still not gonna say that the fight, well, okay, this fight's probably fine. I'm still not gonna say that that fight is going to be easy. People who played the game before will know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to say that that one will be anything less than very difficult. God, Solomon Yi-Song rolls really low. Oh, and Yi-Song's dead. Well. Oh, that's actually very convenient for us. Neat. Yeah, that works out. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I mean, you're dead anyway, so, like, who cares? Yeah, we have Lament More Despair coming in next turn, that would be fine. Ooh, that's some nice damage. I do like how different KOD Roja and QOH Dawn feel, even though they're ostensibly the same gimmick. With being both types of coins and sinking and a charge. They do feel very unique. Even in, like, how you want to play them. All of you, strong, but no sailors. Why talk so slow? Irritating. And I'm abbreviating with acronyms and I'm only doing wasting time. Ishmael may nick the Harpooner's mask. She can't dangerously close to smashing their skull. If you got out of my way when I gave you the chance, I'm gonna have to bash your face in. But you are Sailor. Right. Both are. Key-Keg! In the sudden explosive burst of energy, Ishmael bolted forth like a candle towards Key-Keg before holding her in a tight embrace. Wasn't she saying something about bashing her face in just moments ago? This embrace is what one does to meeting an old fellow. You fear they may flutter away unless you hold them tightly so. Your hair color. Can't forget. Your name, I know. But no attacking Captain. Why? I'm just... You attack Captain again. I attack you. Then kill or be killed. One of us. Well now, whatever shall you do? Starbuck here has, out of the kindness of his heart, rescued you from the jaws of death, invited you to my village. Yet you've elected to attack me, and have to spit on that very kindness. Were we sailing the Great Lake, I would have had you all tied and thrown overboard to be crushed underneath the keel of our ship, your lungs bloating with the lake's water. There are at least 40 people living in Petcod Town. That's a conservative estimate. From their vicious glares, I could tell that every single one of them was a fiercely loyal follower of Ahab. Here we were in this unfamiliar environment, trapped and lost. Things aren't looking so good. A single word from Ahab and they will be upon us. If we were to retreat, behind us is the river of stomach acid. Ahead of us is unknown territory. Lads and lasses, cast fear from your hearts! It is lucky for you that I am nothing if not merciful. I shall forgive your transgressions thus far. I have questions I would like to ask you, and I'm certain you have a few for me as well. If you're willing to talk, then enter the captain's quarters. In peace, mind. Ahab casually turned around and marched into one of the buildings. She carried herself with utmost confidence. It was almost like she knew that we would follow, but we had no choice but to follow. those that rely on us, they're gone. Nothing happened. Captain forgave, and everyone else also forgives. I forgive too. Turn her back on someone who's charging her with murder to Mount Scouts. She's confident. Confident she's got a numerical advantage, even if we're to press the offensive. Confident that we know there's more for us to lose by attacking her than we're going along with her. What just happened, she's been clear as day that, at least while we're in here, she has absolute control of the situation. Talk with her in peace? Nonsense. It's not like we have a way out of here. Ishmael's gaze followed Kike, who walked wordlessly behind the captain. Let's go. Let's listen to what that bastard's got to say. There's nowhere to run after all. For her or for us. Fucking love Ahab. Ahab's such a fun villain. We're not gonna... It's not gonna be a surprise that Ahab's gonna be a villain. But, next time, we'll go into our captain's quarters. And, oh yeah, Yisang died. We'll go to the captain's quarters and meet with Ahab. But until then, see you guys later.